Hey, let's see if I can get this music to stop playing in the background. Hey, let's see if I can get this music to stop playing in the background. All right, y'all. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Okay. First off, yeah, it's been a while. I don't know where the other auntie is, but I'm gonna go ahead. I'm like, even if I have to get on here and just be talking to myself, y'all, somebody wants to see this video. Somebody wants to see this video, and we gonna talk about it. We gonna comment about it or whatever. But yeah, y'all know this is the first week of the Diddy trial. Yeah, I'm going right in. I'm going right in because all week I have been working and listening to the trial, or listening to them read, the transcript of the trial. And I'm just like, what the hell? So I don't know if y'all been keeping up, but we about to get into some stuff and we gonna talk about it. So right now, this is I'm gonna go ahead and just make my screen like that. There we go. And I'm gonna go here. All right, I'm gonna make it wide. Here we go. All right, y'all. So this is, this Instagram, this the neighborhood talk. So let's get into what's the latest news. Okay, I think Monday, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was one of the um sex workers. I think they started off testifying. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me see if I can go back. But yeah, ooh, and then we're gonna talk about uh Little Mermaid and DDG. Oh, Halo, he's so cute. He's so cute. But yeah, we're gonna come back to that. Um, what is Auntie saying? Let me see what she's talking about. I'm sorry. We love us some Auntie. Some Yanti. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, here we go. Let me get y'all some sound.
This shit going on. And I don't know. I don't. But I do know this.
What is she talking about?
We ain't no fucking saints. I've kicked my baby daddy in the fucking stomach and took off running. But when that motherfucker caught me, he hit me back in my stomach and I was out of breath for 5 minutes.
Oh, shit.
Now, all I'm going to say is this. I don't know who the fuck hit who, but all I could tell you is this. Leave that police ass shit out of the equation, all right? You got a motherfucking baby. If you want some police shit to do, you go to family court and you get your money.
Yeah.
Diddy. I don't know what the fuck going on.
Uh-oh.
But everybody, all my nieces and nephews keep sending me this shit going on. And I don't know. I don't. But I do know this. We ain't no fucking saints. Yeah. I've kicked my baby daddy in the fucking and you get y'all visitation and let that shit be. Yeah. I ain't putting no screening orders on my baby daddies. I'm not doing that. I ain't never tried to. Bitch, I don't want you in jail because you can't do shit for us in there.
True.
I'ma beat your ass and you bet not call no fucking police. You whoop my ass, I ain't calling them bitches either. I'm kicking your fucking ass back. And you come get the motherfucking baby after I black your eye and break your fucking elbow, bitch. I don't like this little shit that's going on under the fucking sea. Because my nephew should be able to see his baby and vice versa. And you get y'all visitation and let that shit be.
Young Tia has spoken, but yeah, that's funny. She said under the sea. And then this Tory Lane stuff, come to find out that the homegirl and allegedly the bodyguard come forward. Like, what is going on in the world? That's another whole story. We're gonna get there too. But today we just gonna focus on the recap of the Diddy trial because yeah. Let me see. All right. I don't know if this was like Mondays. Okay. Let's just start. I got some YouTube videos too, but I ain't gonna take y'all down a rabbit hole like I've been going down a rabbit hole. Like literally while I'm sitting here working on my computer, I have my my MacBook right here with YouTube in the background. So did I go back too far? I think I went back too far. Yeah, I think I went back too far because when was this? So this was 3 days ago. Okay, we're gonna start here. Yeah, because it was okay. So yeah, we're gonna start here. Cause baby, what the hell? Where's the I'll be right back, y'all. What is what the hell is this? I'm sorry, y'all. Oh, shoot. Oh, this is the thing. If I need the thing, I definitely need the thing. Here we go. So I mean, with some music in the background and some shit. Working. You know, of course, you know what? Never mind. Forget it. I'm doing too much. But anywho, we're gonna get back to it. Let me get back focused. So the first day, I'm guessing Monday, whatever, they it was one of the male escorts, y'all. So it says male escort claims Cassie is the one who initiated the urination act. She told me to do it. Like, what if anybody who was other than the exactly you remember there being in these rooms? Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna read all that, but yeah. So allegedly, what she testified that he would direct them to the various male escorts to urinate in this baby's mouth. Like, yeah. And see, that's my thing. Like, people can say, she doing it for the money. It's no money in the world. I mean, to me, I don't know. But to me, it's no money in the world where I'm just going to let somebody just piss on me, let alone in my mouth, and let alone it be multiple different, and you saying that that's what you want. Like, I don't know. And then the fact that even though she did may have told him to do that, she was being directed by, you know, Diddy. So this is just a sad this is just really sad. Like, my whole thing is that I feel like he definitely took advantage of her and her eagerness to get into the industry, and then eventually because at first I think she said that she didn't even really like him like that or something. I think she said that in like her initially in her lawsuit. I think that she said that um I was watching some channel and they read the whole transcript. Y'all, I sat through like it was like a 3 hour like read, and I was glued. I mean, I wasn't glued, but I was listening. I was doing other stuff in the background, but I was definitely listening because baby, um, yeah, stuff like that just kind of like it just interests me just because it's just like, especially when it's like some wild shit. And this week, the shit that has been exposed is like, and then to top it off, we got Don coming in on the last day. And I'm like, if it wasn't for if it wasn't for the defense trying to, I guess, prolong it and ask her like, cause some of the questions that they were asking her, I'm like, I don't understand the relevance. But again, I guess they're building it up. But to me, I didn't understand like some of the questions. But then after thought about it, and then I'm like, yeah, they definitely, after looking at some other videos, they said the same thing, that they was just basically, that's their way of trying to stall it out. And I'm like, come on, man. Like, this girl has already went through enough. Like, let this girl share her story, and let her, finish out the rest of her pregnancy in peace. Because yeah, that this is this that everything that has been released thus far in this first week, it's like, yeah. But anywho, so that's that. But I'm gonna go to some because I'm not about to sit up here and read all this, but I'm going to go to some YouTube videos about it. Let's see. Oh shit, this young lady right here, I don't know how she pronounced her name. Is it Kadashalin? Yeah, she's really good. I saw her on TikTok originally, so she's really good. So let's see what she's talking about. Let's see what she's talking about. Let me see something real quick. I'm about to say, why you ain't trying to skip? Goodness. Okay, what am I doing?
It's day 5 in the Diddy trial, and Dawn Richard is giving her testimony against Diddy. And this will be her full testimony that she is giving against Diddy. And before we get into Dawn Richard's testimony, I have to show you guys how you actually pronounce her name, because if I get one more comment talking about how I'm saying her name wrong when I'm actually saying it right, I might just flip out. So watch this. Dawn Richard. Yes, you are going to be. Oh my God. You are going to be the only one. I should bow down and kiss your feet. Yes, that's my name. Yes. I stopped correcting people because I felt like it was obvious, but they just never, they put an S, they find a son, and it becomes Richardson. The government starts out with your honor. The government calls Dawn Richard to the stand. Where are you from? New Orleans, Louisiana. From 2004 to 2011, who did you work for? Puff Sean Combs. Do you see him? Yes. Who's depicted in this photo? Cassie. In 2009, did you observe an incident between Puff and Cassie? Yes. She was attacked by Sean and kicked. Did you see more violence by him against Cassie? Often. The government then shows Dawn Richard a picture of Diddy Dirty Money. When were you a member of this group? 2009 to 2011. The incident in 2009 when Sean Astroglide bottles. And you're telling me Diddy is still doing this, knowing that they have already raided his house, knowing that they are about to blow down on him?
Okay, and this is my thing too. So you mean to tell me you was about to, you knew you had to turn yourself in. You knew you had to turn yourself in. So he just was like, you know what? I'm going to do one last hoorah. And I'm thinking like he had to know that they were watching him. Like the arrogance of it all. Like who thought that was a great idea? Because if you know that your home just, well, multiple homes just got raided and they are, you having a arrest warrant, they coming to get you or whatever, and you got to, or you turning yourself in, why are you, why are you trying to have a freaking freak off? Like you ain't learned yeah, but
What was found in the bathroom? Several bottles of baby oil, and they show that picture to the jury. Now the bedroom. What was found in the Louis Vuitton bag? Medication in the name of Frank Black. That is the name that Cassie Ventura said Diddy used as an alias. And what was the medicine? Bags of pink powder found in the medicine bottles. And then they showed a picture to the jury of it being found and tested by Customs and Border Patrol. Reading from the slip where they tested it from, the pink powder was found to be K and MDMA in the bottle. And then they actually passed around the physical evidence to the jury. What was found in the black mini backpack? $9,000. Please take the cash out of the bag, and then the Homeland Security agent bans out the bills. Then the government says no further questions, and then Diddy's team starts a cross-examination. And they say, in the hotel room, did you see any bags and clothing indicating that a woman was staying there with him? Yes. And that's where they end the testimony of this Homeland Security agent. And honestly, I don't get Diddy's attorney's question on this because if anything, I feel like it makes it look worse. Because you're saying you are finding substances that Cassie is alleging that he used, and you're also finding all of these bottles of baby oil in a hotel in New York. What's even crazier about this is Diddy's attorney said way back when that Diddy went to New York because he knew that they were about to raid him. So he was turning himself in. He wanted to be closer when they came after him. But yet he has all of these illegal substances, the baby oil and everything, and he knew he was about to get arrested? That's wild. I can't wait for the rest of Don Richard's testimony, but y'all let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's some wild shit. Did you think that, I mean, you didn't think that they was not watching you? Like, that is the wildest shit. But I guess when you think you're untouchable and you think you got this in the bag and you think you got, you know, allegedly folks in higher places behind you, you think that you can get away with stuff like that. And it's like, well, apparently I don't know, because at this point I feel like that if he gets off and doesn't get charged with anything, because basically to me, what is it, coercion part, that they have kind of like proved that. And then if Dawn get up there and tell her story about when she was locked in I think in her lawsuit, she mentioned something about him locking her in the car and wouldn't letting her leave. That is considered kidnapping in a sense because you're holding somebody against their will. I mean, I ain't no lawyer, but I know certain things that is considered kidnapping, whether they took her anywhere or not. You holding somebody against their will, and then I think threatening her dad or something like that. Like, this is just so wild, and then to hear the gruesomeness of it all, as far as like, what Cassie endured. Now, let me just make this clear. I'm not saying that she is 100% innocent in any of this, but I do believe that yeah, she was forced against her will in some things. And because I think people get it kind of like a little bit misconstrued with just because you are intimate with somebody and you willingly was intimate with them previously, and you can't not you cannot involuntarily want to be, you know what I mean? They act like people act like that you can't say no to that person because you've been intimate before and you wanted it before. Okay, no, it's still, if a person does not want it, then and somebody else takes it, that is considered whether they a rape. You know what I'm saying? Whether they've been intimate or not. Like, yeah. So anywho, but like I said, I just felt like that she was definitely down for it in the beginning. And the fact that this is what I didn't kind of like see that was kind of like relevant and was kind of like pissing me off with the defense, because they were asking her about text messages from like 2009 and stuff like that. That was when she was in love with him and she was trying to do whatever it she could to compete with everything else that he had going on with them other chicks. She was young and thinking, young and dumb. That's what I'm gonna say. You know how the auntie say young and dumb? I'm gonna say young and dumb. She was young and dumb, and we all been young and dumb on some aspect. You know what I'm saying? Some people be dumber longer than something. You know what? Some people be old and dumb too. But yeah. But yeah. So anywho, back to what I was saying. She thought that that if she continued to show her love and competing with the other, the baby Kim and, rest of her soul, the other one, Gina Hung, her and whoever else he was probably dealing with or whatever, he had to compete. I mean, she felt like she had to compete and she thought, and he probably made her feel like that she had to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, um, she was definitely down with certain things in the beginning, but I think it also got to the point where it was just too much, and then she started to get hip. You know how you be with somebody and you all lovey dovey da 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 da, and you don't see that maybe that there's some other shit going on where as though you under a facade and you like okay this that and the other, and then you start to see a pattern of like abuse and stuff like that. Hold on, y'all, let me get some water. Oh Lord, y'all. Yeah, I got the window open. I thought I was about to die for here. My allergy got a dang on chokehold on me. Yeah. But anywho, I had to get myself together. But I don't even remember what the hell I was saying. I was just too worried about making sure I ain't choke to death up in here. It'll come back to me. Yeah, let me play a video, but yeah, y'all get what I'm saying. The fact that this Bama, he knew that he was about to get, it was coming for him, and he worried about a damn free call. All right, let's see. And she got that 10 million. Mm. She got 20 million from Diddy, 10 million from the Intercontinental. And let's see what this one. I didn't see this one. Yeah. Oh, that looks good. Oh, that looks good. Who is that? Michael Myers? Where is that? Oh, that looks good. Look how the, ooh, that looks good. Who the hell is that? Number one piece of franchises. Okay. That look good.
It's day 5 of the Diddy trial, and Cassie Ventura is giving her cross-examination testimony against Diddy. Diddy's lawyer asked, "Did you get neurofeedback therapy?" "Yes."
The hell is that?
"What is it?" "They hook something to your head, and it shows you things to see how you react." "Were you told the effects of it?" "Help me with trauma." "Did you participate in EMDR?" "Yes." "What does it do?"
The hell is that?
"Memories and processing them." The idea is you recall prior traumatic memories like PTSD. Were you being treated for PTSD? Yes. I was still physically developing. You were 22. Women keep developing after 22, don't you think? But you're not suggesting that you were still physically developing after 22? I'm not. This message is about having a freak off without K, right? Then the government wants to refer with the counsel, and the judge says no, and then he does a break.
What the hell was that about?
"You're so predictable. You've said that you were going..."
See, that's what I'm saying. What was that about? Let me go back and because I missed that one. I missed that one. Okay, let's see. She's saying, but you're not suggesting. What was that? I was still physically developing. You were 22. Women keep developing after 22. Don't you think? Right. We find out Casey was like, man, stop lying. But you're not suggesting that you were still physically developing after 22. I'm not. Okay. Okay. Okay.
22, don't you think? But you're not suggesting that you were still physically developing after 22? I'm not. This message is about having a freak off without K, right? Then the government wants to refer with the counsel, and the judge says no, and then he does a break. Mr. Combs wrote, "You're so predictable. You've said that you were going to tell him that you didn't want to do freak offs anymore, but you didn't say it, did you?" "I did not." "Here you were suggesting freak offs with a girl. You say you found a photo of Mr. Combs with Gina while you were staying the night with your parents in Connecticut, right?" "Yes." "You decided to break up with him, and he didn't threaten you, but suggested couples counseling." What? "I don't know." "In August 2018,
I don't know.
You called it a closure conversation. Mr. Combs was inviting you to Burning Man, right?" I'll read Mr. Combs' message. "You have anger." Cassie Ventura then reads hers. "I wrote, my family knows I'm not running around telling our business. I don't need you to be taking care of Kim and Gina. I need you to put me first. Please read these." I wrote, "You lied to me. She never went away. It was the nail in the coffin. You met Gina, the photo? Yes. In your civil lawsuit, you say that Mr. Combs R-worded you in September of 2018 after you had dinner at an Italian restaurant in Malibu, right? Yes. Did you meet with the government on November 30th of 2023? Yes, not the exact date. In this meeting, you said that the R word took place after Mr. Combs returned from Burning Man. You said he was acting strangely at dinner. I don't remember exactly that word. Did you meet with the U.S. on April 8th of 2025? Around then. This message on Facebook. Who's that? Frank Black, a name he used. He wrote, I'm in an investor conference. We'll get back to this. You still have love for him? I have love for the past and what it was. You wrote, I didn't mean to be a B word. I just don't get the time. He writes, just need you to be positive, correct? Yes. Then Diddy's lawyer shows another exhibit and says, this is about a yoga instructor. Yep. What did you write? I wrote, I've stopped even caring. But did you care? Yeah. So he said, you could still date other people. Let's just talk about it, correct? Yes. What did you write? I wrote, I do love you. I would just prefer not being one of your girlfriends. Let's get up tomorrow night. I'll do studio from 6 to 9. He writes, can I hold you or are you just going to break up with me? And you write back, we can embrace, LOL. And you wanted to hug him, right? That's what I said. Did you have physical relations with Mr. Combs that night? I did. And during that, your now husband FaceTimed you? Yes. Your now husband didn't know that you were with Mr. Combs at the time? I don't know what he knew. Later, he discovered it. The government yells, objection. You didn't tell your husband that you were R-worded? Not that evening. After Miss Porter's memorial service, you wrote to him that you were going home. Why had he called Kim his soulmate? What was this 11 years all about?
When someone fails to pay their property taxes, the government actually creates certificates on that debt. You can buy that debt from the government by...
Yes, that was hurtful. At the time, yes. And after that memorial service, you never saw Mr. Combs again, right? I did not. He let you go, right? I never saw him again. I don't know about letting me go. You got married to the love of your life, right? Yes. Miss Ventura, we're almost done here. Thank you. I will read Mr. Combs' messages. You're going to make a beautiful mother. God bless. I said thank you. God bless. I wrote that we should talk and have closure. Mr. Combs sent back a tear face emoji. He said, you were always my ride or die. I thought it was nice. You'd been craving that before. I don't think I was craving now. He shaped you over 11 years. Silence. You shaped each other? Yes. Your husband's a physical trainer? Yes. The house you grew up in Connecticut was relatively modest compared to mansions? Yes. You were preparing to tour with Matt Testa? Yes, he's an engineer. Once you settled your lawsuit, you canceled the tour, right? Yes. Because you no longer needed the money? That wasn't the reason. After the hotel video came out, you posted on Instagram that domestic violence is an issue, right? Yes, and I still feel that way. Mr. Combs wrote, want to freak off one last time? What did you write? I didn't want it to be the last time. I want to freak off for the first time. No further questions. Now it begins for redirect. The government started...
That's the part I don't really get. I didn't understand that one. She wanted it to be like the first time. Well, I guess because she enjoyed the first time. Like I said, okay, yeah. So, okay. So maybe the first time, that's how he, reeled her in. She enjoyed the first time. He was paying. He was attentive to her and all that good stuff. Maybe that's what that was about. And because I'm like, let me just sip my little wine. All right, I'm gonna keep it going. Shout out to her. Her name is Kadasha Lynn. So y'all can follow her on YouTube. I like how she reads it because she be her voice is especially when she does Cassie. All right, here we go.
So, Miss Ventura,
You were just shown a message where you ended, I don't want to freak off for the last time. I want it to be the first time for the rest of our lives. What did you say after that? Yes, and just got over a UTI. You were showing messages today in which you and Sean were kind and loving. Yes. Did those periods ever last? Objection. Overruled. No, they didn't last. They were a downswing. What world did Sean open up to you? A world of chaos. In your 11-year relationship, who did you want to have physical relationships with? Only him at that time. When Sean wrote seduce all day, what did you do? Write about the freak-offs. Were you able to cancel work obligations for freak-offs? Yes, if I was told to. When you were shooting the movie in South Africa and you blocked him, how did he contact you? Through Mia. And Mia is a pseudonym for one of Diddy's victims, victim number 4, who we know is an ex-personal assistant that worked for Diddy. The government then says, he said he didn't remember hurting you. Did you believe him? Not always, because I knew him. There were times that he was pretty aware of what he was doing. It's just who he was. I'd seen him be violent to other people.
Right.
On the way back from Cane's, what did Sean do? He played a video of me having physical relationships with an escort. What did he say he would do? He'd release it. When you got to New York, what did Sean ask for? A freak off, or he'd release it.
Okay, so that's proven. Well, isn't that like, that's coercion, right? Let's see. That is coercion, I believe. Let's see what that is. All right, let's see. Coercion definition. Let's see. Yeah. Persuade an unwilling person to do something by using force or threats. Yeah, so they have proved that. I mean, isn't that what one of the charges, I believe? Yeah, they proved that one. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they proved that one.
Do you have any doubt that Sean R-worded you? Objection. Overruled. I have no doubt. After Sean R-worded you on August 18th, did you later have consensual relationships with Sean during which your now husband FaceTimed you? Yes. Why did you cancel the tour? After I filed my civil lawsuit, I was overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Addressing the past the way that I chose to was overwhelming. I didn't want to go. Do you plan to file more lawsuits? No. Would you give the $20 million back if you hadn't had to do the freak-offs? Objection.
What?
Overruled.
What? No, because for one, he still was throwing her around like a damn rag doll and kicking her like she's some damn. No.
I would give it back to get my agency back. Did he beat you during these freak-offs? Yes. And she starts crying. Were you open to freak-offs at the beginning? At the beginning.
That's what I said, at the beginning.
Did you tell him you no longer wanted to do them? Yes. More than once. What concerns did you have about saying no to the freak-offs? Safety, career, and love. And then it gets redirected back to Diddy's lawyer. And freak-off videos, in this case, they were all kept on devices that you kept from 2012 to 2014. I don't know what year. You were able to stand at his side at the Met Gala, being his girlfriend. He gave you access to producers. Yes. Beyond Kid Cudi, what other musicians were you put in the studio with? Were you put in the studio with Nicki Minaj? Yes. Were put in the studio with Lil Wayne? Yes. And with Rick Ross and Pusha T? Am I forgetting any names? You got a lot of names. You are self-conscious about your musical talent? I wouldn't say that. You had a bad performance on 106 in Park.
Oh gosh, what does that have to do with anything?
You did music videos and they were successful? Sidebar. D-Rock was like a member of your family? Yes, like a brother. The assistant Mia, you also had a friendship with? Yes. Okay. Here you begin with an explicit message, and Diddy responds with one. You are actively Epstein. Stated that you were feeling overwhelmed after filing your civil lawsuit, right? Yes. You recently received a settlement from the Intercontinental? No. You made a demand? Yes. 10 million maybe. This is the last thing I will ask you to read, Miss Ventura. Then she starts reading. Thank you. We need closure and understanding. Then the government comes back and said, why did you keep your devices? I was afraid what was on them. I wouldn't take them to the Apple store.
Right.
Then Diddy's lawyer has one more question. You just reached a $10 million settlement with their Intercontinental last week before trial? Yes. And this is the end of Cassie's full testimony. Seems like next we might not be getting Dawn Richard. It seems like a special agent is going to be the next one up to testify. I'm not sure exactly what's going on there, but I will be reporting it. But you guys let me know what you guys think of Cassie Ventura's whole testimony against Diddy in the comments.
Okay, so again, yeah. So that's basically the first week recap. Some of the things with Cassie in regards to I'm not going to get into all the other stuff about the previous ones. Y'all can go back and look at some of her videos. She breaks it down really, really well. It's Kadasha Lynn. Yeah, she breaks it down really, really well. But
you want to know what I'm most excited about this summer?
Wait
no more
until,
high-waisted bikinis or one pieces.
Sono Bello targeted the areas on my body that the gym diet.
Let me see. Yeah. Anywho, so
the next day they go to dinner. Diddy says, "Do you want to do?"
All right, let me just pause that for a minute. But yeah, so to me, I kind of feel like that. First of all, I was watching another YouTube, Tisa Tales. She's down there. She's really good too. Let me see if I can find her video. Let's see, Tisa Tales. One of her short ones. Cause she was down there on the ground in the daggone in the courthouse. So she got like hours long videos. Let me see if I can find a short one. Let me see. Well, that was 4 days ago. 9 hours ago. That's 30 minutes. Oh, I think this what she was talking about. He was having a meltdown. See, that's the thing right there. So he was actually he had a meltdown with his lawyers like yesterday. Yeah, that was Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. When they was interviewing Cassie and when they was cross-examining Cassie, he basically was telling the lawyers what to do. He can't even just sit down and shut the fuck up and let the lawyers do what they do. He got to have so much control. And he doing this all in front of the jurors. Like, you really think that you are freaking untouchable. Like, it's wild. It is wild. Like, where is the video? It was one. Let me see. And I think it was. Let's see. She did a short. Oh no, it was alive. Was it alive? Yeah, it was alive. Excuse me. Are these her videos? These are not her videos. Let's see. Oh, and they talked about Jonathan Auntie. Yeah. So he is likely to testify. Yeah. Let's see. Day 5. This was 9 hours ago. We're not going to watch this whole video, but
Prefer a pill? This is an injection-free weight loss option. Weight Loss by Hers offers access to oral medication kits. Simple, all-in pricing. Ongoing care included.
Skip.
We are live outside the courthouse. Sorry I missed you guys earlier, but there was so much commotion going on. You guys, come in there and sit down. We need to talk. Cassie literally talked about Jonathan Auntie. She said that he tried to melt her, and he had record FO tapes. Get this, Jonathan did it for his own protection. He said that he thought Diddy might blame him for Cassie's.
I don't blame him.
You guys, we got to talk about this, and this is something big. Hold on really quick. Listen, good morning, everybody. First of all, how are things going? Hold on, really quick. One second, you guys. There is sorry, guys. So much stuff is happening in the Sean Diddy Combs trial. Again, Cassie said that Jonathan Auntie had a freak off tape. She said he weirded her out. He didn't trust it. Jonathan Auntie said, "Yeah, I taped you, but guess what? I did it for my own protection." On top of that, Diddy's team is up to struggling. I'm really at this point, and I've been sitting around a lot of legal experts. We don't know what the point is. Let me tell you something. It doesn't matter. I do know this. It seems like Diddy is intent on destroying Cassie's reputation. 100% intent. He lost everything. And let me tell you something. Cassie is inside of his head. There was a thing where people said that Cassie was giggling in court. She was not laughing. But Cassie does a nervous thing like, whenever she feels nervous, okay? This is true. Even in her text message, she does that. However, in court, when they said, what did he value the most? Cassie said his reputation, no, his success, right? And Diddy looked like he wanted to explode, okay?
Oh, I'm trust and believe. Oh, I know he was pissed because that's like a slight to his little ego. Because again, think about it. If this fool then went and had he was about to turn himself in, and he comes to New York and he's set up his when they raided him. You had the audacity to think that you was that nobody was watching you. You didn't think nobody was watching you, and you trying to have a one last little hurrah, little freak off. So his little image. He yeah, I can see it. I can see it. Yeah, and she probably really got underneath of his skin when she did that little smirk. Look good for her.
Diddy looks like he wanted to explode. Again, remember I said everybody talking about owes an apology. Why did you go after the money? People like Diddy only care about the money.
She hit him. She hit him where she knew it was going to hurt. Period. And again, all that money is not going to it's not going to make up for all the stuff that she endured. Like, I don't care what nobody say. Y'all can say, oh yeah, she did it for the money, and definitely I don't think she did it for the money. And but I felt like in the beginning she really was probably digging him, and his lifestyle and all that. He was giving her everything prior that reeling her, and how I don't have to get into it. Like, just reeling her in, and she's young and she's got this older man, and then the money on top of that. So yeah, it was good at first until it wasn't. And then with all the other stuff that transpired behind that, yeah. She said, yeah, you about to pay me. Yep, and the Intercontinental. Pay me.
That's all he cares about. The money, the power, the respect, whatever it is, okay?
Hit his ass where it hurt.
Cassie was literally on the stand testifying. Diddy's team is all over the place. The point of the matter isn't to get something that sounds salacious. Who cares? Who cares? Even though Cassie did a good job. Oh, it's graduations. I'm outside.
She was looking like, what the hell? I don't blame her, because you will never know. But let me go ahead and fast forward this. But yeah, he basically had like a little meltdown. Okay, skip. But yeah, he basically had a little meltdown. And I don't know what he
enjoying your coverage all week with my son Brandon. Happy early birthday, Brandon. Can you please happy birthday, Brandon?
All right, I'm gonna fast forward it. Let me see. Because I watched some gut videos earlier. Let me see if I can. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, so I think Jonathan Auntie is going to testify. So we got so far, we got the ending of the beginning of Don Richards. Let's see. I'm sorry, Don Richard. Let's get her name right, y'all. Because it takes a lot to stand up to evil like this. All right, let's see. This is entertainment tonight. But yeah,
Diddy's ex wrapped up her testimony today after
I'm waiting for
4
Aubrey.
grueling days on the stand. That's Cassie Ventura, who's 9 months pregnant, leaving her home and heading to federal court today. The defense hit her hard during cross-examination, asking her about a stint in rehab for PTSD, a rape allegation, and asking her to read explicit text messages from over the past 15 years.
Right, now come on.
One text message, Cassie writes, "I'm lost without you."
We know now that she called herself Cece for Cassie Combs. We know now that she wanted to have a child with him.
Jurors also heard an audio recording where Cassie could be heard threatening to kill a Diddy associate who had video of one of her freak-offs with Diddy.
The jurors were shocked. I saw the eyebrows raised.
Cassie was asked about receiving a FaceTime from her now husband.
I mean, come on now. I ain't saying that she I ain't saying that she 100% right from what she said, but my thing is, when you in the heat of the moment, you gotta watch what you say. I'm just gonna say that.
While she was having sex with
Diddy, it can be used
I think
against you.
they're trying to
just like
use what they can again to discredit her as a witness.
Yeah.
Also on the stand today, Don
Come
Richard.
on, to Don Richard.
Expected in the coming days, Aubrey O'Day, also from Dana DK, Diddy's personal assistant, and his former employees.
Yeah, I wonder about the other 3 girls. What was her name? D something. D Woods. And then the other 2 girls. Shannon. And then I forgot the little one. I wonder what's their story.
Justin Bieber.
I'm taking this out tonight. What you want to do? What you want to do over the next 48 hours? Just going to get some girls.
After videos of Diddy and then 15-year-old Justin went viral.
He knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national.
Now, this could have really just been really harmless in what he said. But now with the information that we know now, he really kind of probably was telling on himself, because who says that with a little kid? He was a child. Like, who says that?
The singer was at the center of speculation that he might have been one of Diddy's victims. But his rep tells ET, quote, "Although Justin is not among Sean Combs' victims, there are individuals who were genuinely harmed by him. Shifting focus away from this reality detracts from the justice these victims rightfully."
Yeah, Justin I don't know. I kind of still believe, but I mean, one day don't know, but something definitely to me, based off of that conversation, he said he know better not to tell. Yeah, because that's weird for an adult to say with a child.
Deserve.
I'm just learning more how to navigate through situations better and how to just be myself.
I don't know if I quite believe that, but he said whatever. Who am I to say?
I did my research on prescription weight loss, and I'm ready to get my weight under control. The best news? I discovered IVRX.com.
IVRX delivered the GLP-1 weight loss prescription I want at a price I can afford.
All right, what the hell? Day 5. Oh, she's good too. But her videos be kind of long. Let me see. Baby, he knew. Oh, I think her husband did the lawyer did a statement. On the husband's behalf. I sip my water. Let me see. Let's see the recap. But what y'all think so far? Like,
it's day 5 of the Sean Diddy Combs sex trafficking trial. We have our senior legal analyst here at Fox 26 Houston, Chris Tritico, breaking down what we've heard so far and what we are going to look ahead to in this 8-week-long trial. So, Chris, the defense is continuing to cross-examine Cassie Ventura, Combs' ex-girlfriend. They are taking an unusual tactic here with the text messages between the two of them. It shows that there was a lot of open communication between Combs and Ventura over the years.
Absolutely. And what they're doing, which I think is a very, very solid approach, is the lawyer who's cross-examining her is reading Sean's portion of the text and then making her read back her answer or her portion of the text. It's very effective cross-examination because it puts her in the moment and her reading back what she said. And so the jury is hearing her words from her live, if you will. And I think it's very effective because it's her, instead of a lawyer dry reading, they're hearing her words from her. I think it's very effective, especially these texts that she doesn't want to own up to. She's got to read them and the jury's hearing her say her words. I think it's extremely effective.
Now, these texts show her admitting, it seems like, that she enjoyed this lifestyle, that she was a willing participant in this lifestyle, even though during her previous testimony, she said that she felt forced into this because she was under his control and that he was violent. So the texts don't seem to be aligning with her previous testimony.
And that's exactly why they're doing this the way they're doing it, is to show a counter to that testimony. She's had months and months and months to get ready for this, working with her lawyers, working with the government prosecutors to get ready for this, to just come in and testify, I was forced into this. And that's why these text messages are so important, so vitally important to the defense, to show you weren't forced into anything. You liked this, you were a willing participant, and these text messages show that. And that's why they're making her read them.
But she also said there's a lot more to this, is what I think her direct words were to the defense attorney. Like, well, there's a lot more.
Okay, yeah. Even though, like I said, she was digging it in the beginning. But the fact that they read text messages from like in the beginning when she was actually feeling it and not the text message or I don't know. I just seemed like it would be more text message towards the end of when she was actually really saying she don't want to do this anymore. But of course, they trying to make it seem like she was the one who wanted these, and that's not true because allegedly he had Kim doing it. So, and this before Cassie. So, honestly, if they trying to sit there and say that she was the one who was into it and she kind of like really was with it and was forcing him to do it, they can come out and say, nah, he was doing this alleged. Well, I guess he got her proof. So, okay. But anywho.
And I think that some jurors might think that still she was not. How could somebody, especially seeing somebody pregnant, like that maternal, image of her stand, you're still thinking, how could she have been willing?
Well, and that's what we're going to have
she wasn't
to
pregnant at the time.
have. The defense is going to have to come back with that at some point later. But they know that she's married to somebody else,
right,
and it's been years. And so they'll deal with that later.
Right.
But when she says there's a lot more to that, the defense should be coming back with, well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Let's look at these texts. This is the sum total of your relationship with Sean Combs.
Mm-hmm.
You said right here, read it. I like the FOS. That's freak offs, right? You just keep pounding her with that, making her read those back.
Yeah.
Right.
So let's talk a little bit about what's ahead in the trial now. We don't know who they're calling next to the stand, but we imagine we will hear from more of these male escorts. We will hear from some of Sean Combs' staff. There has been some discrepancy in her testimony about how much did the staff know. And is that going to be really key to these charges?
So I don't know, we don't know what the government's plan is, but I would imagine that we're going to hear from more escorts. And I would imagine that we would have to hear from his staff about the planning and the execution of bringing these escorts in. How did they get them? How did they find them? How did they hire them?
Right.
And who brought them in? So they have to show that Sean Combs was the one doing this. And so the staff, I would think, is critical to proving that Sean Combs was the one directing this. If a staff member is the one finding them, hiring them, talking to them, bringing them in, well, that doesn't make that critical link that it's Sean Combs. And so I would expect that you're going to hear some of the staff.
When it comes to the redirect, how does that work? Because cross-examinations lasted a little bit longer, I think, than the judge was anticipating.
Well, so what we know now is there was an agreement that by the government and the defense that she would be done by Friday, by today.
Right.
And then the defense started planning on calling her back next week. And that stuff, and the judge put his foot down.
Like, hell no.
Because of her pregnancy.
Right.
Redirect and recross in federal court is limited to what happened preceding. So after the first direct and the first cross, now redirect is limited to what.
And let me tell y'all something real quick. If I was a juror on this case and I was sitting there through this and I was listening to the questioning that they were asking her, and I realized, and then after the judge said, like, okay, speed this up, whatever. That right there will make me a little suspicious and make me like, yeah, this motherfucker guilty. I mean, I don't know. It just, because you're up there trying to humiliate the girl and trying to make her to be out to some type of floozy or whatever the case may be. But you're not really asking the I feel like, and I'm not a lawyer, but I mean, I'm just stating my opinions. Bringing up the proper things, and then to have him asking questions and passing sticky notes and shit of what to ask and trying to humiliate. I can't even get myself together. Humiliate. Damn. That word, y'all. The girl on the stage, and she damn near 9 months pregnant. It's like, damn, Diddy, you. But yeah, really evil. But as a juror, my mind will probably already be made up. That's why like I said, that's why I couldn't be on it, because my mind would be already made up. I'm like, oh, this nigga right here playing. Oh, he think it's a game. You about to learn today, because you out here playing. And the fact that you about to turn yourself in, and you still trying to have a freak on, dude. You it's the problem. He got some type of lust demon or something on him. You can't tell me it ain't that much freaking off. Like, for days at a time. Like, for days at it ain't. She said as long as 4 days, y'all. Could y'all imagine a full fucking days? I can't imagine 2. I mean, like I guess it probably went like non-stop, but 4 days. Like, what the fuck was y'all doing? I mean, well, a lot apparently. Yeah. But anywho, my mind's just like, what the fuck?
Defense did in cross. And then recross is limited to what the government did in redirect. So it gets increasingly shorter every time you go back. And then some judges will say you get 1 redirect and 1 recross and you're done. And they have the right to do that. In federal court, they have far more discretion than they do in state court. They can limit a lot of things.
Yeah. Okay, Chris Tridico, thank you.
See.
3 reasons Faye makes having a nutritionist easy. Number 1, no need to worry about paying a fortune. Faye works with over 700 health plans, which can make the cost to you free.
How the first week of this Diddy trial, what do y'all think? Like, do y'all think the prosecutors that they did their big one this week, or do you think that the defendant, why do I keep saying defendant? The defense did their big one this week. Who would you get this week to? Would you get this week to the, I'm gonna go ahead with the prosecutors because I feel like the defense was just pity they was just like playing with people's intelligence, I think. Like almost like you're trying to prove that this man is not he's not a sex trafficker or a running a criminal enterprise, but yet you're sitting up there asking about who she was dating and trying to make her look like. I mean, I know they're trying to discredit her as a witness, but again, you got other people that's coming behind that's going to steal this day. He already been basically. They've already basically proved the coercion part because of the what we say definition of it. To persuade an unwilling person to do something by force or threat. Okay, he threatened to release her freak off tapes. First of all, isn't that even a charge to recording somebody without even knowing? I guess it depends on what state, but that's not what he's been charged with. But yeah, so yeah, this first week has just been a bit much, but I can't wait for for Dawn. And I heard that Aubrey is supposed to testify, and they're saying Jonathan Auntie. So yeah, but I don't know. For some reason, I got Diddy flipping the table with some shit. Like he's not gonna be able to hide it for too long, especially when he see the people get up there and testify. This nigga gonna flip the table. He gonna flip the table. He gonna flick up out. He gonna flick out in that courtroom. He gonna lose it. I don't know. That's just my theory. But anywho, make sure y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna try to do a weekly recap of the trial. I'm gonna get more into maybe some other stuff. Let me know if y'all want us to. Well, hopefully next time I'll have the other auntie on on the video. But let me know if y'all want us to get into the whole Holly and DDG and Chris Brown and all this other stuff. But right now, I think we're gonna probably kind of like just focus on the Diddy thing. We'll do we'll do the weekly recap of the trial. So yeah, make sure y'all like, follow, and subscribe. Drop any comments, any theories, or whatever. But one, let me know if y'all got the prosecutor this week. Y'all think they got the thumbs up? They did their big one, or you think is one out for the defense? And also, y'all think Diddy gonna lose it in the courtroom? I think he gonna flip some damn table. I don't know, but we shall see. So anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up because yeah. This first week was something else. Forecasting. And not even just that, to all his victims. Prayers and healings, because yeah. We about to hit some shit. There's about to be some other exposing going on. We about to hear some shit about some people. As y'all notice, the industry been real quiet. Only person that really been talking is Boosie. And then y'all see what he's saying. Anywho, all right. Happy Friday. Talk to y'all soon.